Hi, happy Saturday. Welcome to the Now Cow and Friends YouTube channel. We are on the last day of looking at the book, Now Cow Helps Drama Llama, a mindful tale for coping with anxiety. We've been looking at all of the different pages and just kind of getting what lessons we can out of it. And there are a lot of different ones, a lot probably that I haven't even thought of. But we're on the last two pages. And they go like this. And so they sat side by side, shaggy fur and spotted hide, breathing in and breathing out, without a rush or yell or shout. Peacefulness was found that day on the hillside full of hay. And if you're wondering what it's all about, first breathe in and then breathe out. Namaste. So if we go through and examine it, and so they sat. What are you doing when you're sitting? You're taking time out from doing stuff, from running around. Not that you can't do meditation or breath work while you're walking, you absolutely can. But this is something where you have to take time to do inner reflection, time to calm down your life, time to not be running around all full of drama like Drama Llama is. And they sat side by side. This is really, it might seem kind of minor, but it's not. If you're on the same page with someone, if you're ready to listen, if you're working with them together on something, then sitting side by side is more of an equal thing. It's less of an antagonistic thing. It's not you versus me, or you're on that side and I'm on this side. No, we're side by side. We're on the same side. And I think that's really important. We're all on the same team human race, right? Let's keep everybody on the same side as much as possible. Separate differences of opinions and things like that. Let's not make it into a conflict or a war. Let's sit side by side. Shaggy fur and spotted hide. Don't really have anything deep for that other than doesn't matter what our outsides look like, our insides are all the same and we can all come together. And if llamas and cows can do it, then I'm sure we people can get it eventually. Breathing in and breathing out. I've done this before with you guys. It's so important to calm our bodies, to get rid of anxiety with breath work, okay? Our amygdala up here, when it starts to get frightened, it starts to go into fight, flight, freeze mode. It's going to send all of those nervous signals down. It sends signals down to your adrenal glands that sit above your kidneys, and they shoot out adrenaline and cortisol all through your body to get you ready to fight or get you ready to flight. Even if you freeze, go into turtle mode, you are still going to get adrenaline and cortisol. We can try to combat that with our thoughts, and sometimes that works, especially if you're heavy on the light brain, on the left brain. But that's not really where the anxiety comes from. It comes from the right brain, from that side that's always on defense and always looking for danger. So we can send messages from our brain down to our body, but we can send messages from our body up to our brain. And that's how we calm ourselves down, kind of like calming a crying baby. You pat them, you give them hugs, you talk to them soothingly, you sing that to them. They don't really intellectually understand what you're doing, but from a body level, it calms them and they're able to settle themselves down. So all we're doing is we're sending signals from our body up to our brain that it's okay to calm down. Take a deep breath in, let it out. Like we did last week, breathe in the positive, push out the negative, right? We send signals back up to our brain that it's okay to be calm, Because otherwise what can happen is we can get in a feedback loop. Our brain has an anxious thought. It sends signals out to our body to get all ready and anxious and ready for action. And then if our body sends signals back up to our brain, now that our body is tense, our brain goes, oh, our body's tense. That's even more evidence that I should be anxious. And then it sends more signals out to the body and we can get caught in that feedback loop. So interrupting it either by changing the thought or by changing the body response, by taking a deep breath, send signals back up to the brain that it's okay to be calm. There's a good story. I can't remember who it is. Someone took somebody outside that had been having panic attacks due to agoraphobia. And the person started to freak out and have a panic attack, and they punched him in the gut, which I don't recommend therapeutically. But it made the person take a deep breath, let their breath out. And then they took a deep breath in. And they just kept doing that every time that their body started to panic. So you can overcome it that way. I don't recommend it unless you really know the person well. I think that could get bad quickly. But it does show a good example of how important it is for the mind-body connection. So breathing in and breathing out without a rush or yell or shout. Now that doesn't mean that you can't do, meditation quickly, or that it has to be an all-day thing or a 7-day retreat. Do it every day. Do it for 2 minutes. There's a million videos on this platform and other platforms where you can do a 2-minute meditation or a 1-minute meditation or a 5-minute meditation. Do that once a day. Do it twice a day. Just do it when you're anxious. When you do those things, it's helpful to you. And of course, it's always helpful to not yell and shout at people or at yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind, be kind, be kind. Say nice things to yourself, and you will get more positive results. There are enough people out there saying negative things. We don't need to be one of those people. Peacefulness was found that day on the hillside full of hay. Peacefulness is, I want to say it's out there to be found, but really it's in here to be found. Peacefulness is in here to be found. Joy is in here to be found. When people say things like, oh, this makes me so peaceful, you have peacefulness inside you. And when you see something else that resonates with it, it creates more peace. And the negative, we could have negative inside as well. We could have it in there, but we don't need to focus on it. We don't need to increase it. We need to increase that peacefulness. It's found within ourselves, and then we share it with others. I don't have anything deep to say about the hillside full of hay, other than that it sounds pretty. It's a good place to be, on a hillside full of hay. In your home, where you've got your basic needs met. It's not a mansion with, millions of gold. We just need a hillside full of hay, just enough food to eat and a place to be. It doesn't mean you can't strive for more. We absolutely should strive for more, but it's okay to be content with what we have, and learn how to be peaceful with what we have, and then always working for improvements. And if you're wondering what it's all about, first breathe in and then breathe out. So continue to do that. It's amazing what a great reset that is for your entire system, for your brain, for your body. It's a good reset. And then it just says namaste, because I'm putting the little moo in there for now, cow, which I love. But I do love the saying namaste, which is basically the divine in me recognizes and honors the divine in you. And I think that's important. However you want to envision that for yourself. But for me, it helps to think of everyone else having a little bit of the divine inside them. That we are all made of of stars and divinity. I love that idea, right? So we want to treat each other with equal respect. And if we're going to work together, I think that's really important. Just because I disagree with somebody about a topic, something that we can't come to terms with, I can still have a conversation with that person. I can still find out what they're saying. Not going to allow disrespect, not going to give disrespect. We can disagree without being disrespectful and without personalizing every single thing that person says or does. Sometimes we just don't understand fully, or we're just never going to agree. That's okay. I can still respect that person. I can still move on with my life. It does not have to become a personalized conflict. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this book series and this little examination. So once again, here's my amazing pictures from my awesome artist, John Van Hout III. He's amazing. He lives in Tampa, South Tampa. So all of his contact information will be in the description stuff below. And if you guys, of course, these books are on Amazon and Barnes and Noble and things like that. And the links are below to the website, nowcowbooks.com. I would like to know, because this is the last of that book, what else you guys would like to hear about? What other skills, what other things are on your mind so that I can have something to share next week. I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for joining. Remember, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in all that positive, push out the negative, and have an awesome week and life. Bye.